In the opulent city of Haven, there lived a wealthy merchant named Walker. He possessed vast riches and had three sons: Edmund, Sebastian, and Liam. Concerned about his older son's complacency and lack of worldly experience, Walker devised a plan to teach them valuable life lessons. One evening, he summoned his sons to the grand hall of their mansion, and with a stern expression, Walker spoke. "My sons, I've observed your comfort in the lap of luxury. It is time for you to experience the world and learn the true meaning of wealth. Each of you will receive a portion of our treasures and venture out into the realm to seek your fortune." To Edmund, the eldest, Walker gave a chest of gold coins and said, "May this wealth be the foundation of your journey. Use it wisely and remember, true wealth is not measured by gold alone." To Sebastian, the middle son, he handed a collection of rare gemstones, saying, "Sebastian, these gems hold both material and intrinsic value. Learn to discern between the two, and you shall find prosperity." Lastly, to Liam, the youngest, he entrusted a small but intricately designed key. This key unlocks a chest hidden in the farthest corner of our estate. Inside lies a map that lists a treasure far more precious than gold. Go, look for it, and you shall find the true wealth of knowledge. The two older siblings were joyful and delighted because of how much wealth they now possessed. But looking to their little brother, who received only a seemingly useless key, they both began mocking him, saying, "What is the value of being a good son? All your years of obedience and hard work only gave you a key." They laughed really hard. Liam became sad and left the room head down. And so the three brothers set out on their separate journeys. Edmund, with his chest of gold, sought to expand his wealth. He invested in businesses and traded commodities, accumulating more gold as he traveled. However, blinded by the pursuit of riches, he became very arrogant, self-centered, and prideful. Seeing how much wealth he had acquired, he became so relaxed, deciding in his heart that it was time to enjoy and worry about nothing else. But despite all that he owned, his wealth brought neither joy nor fulfillment. Because of how lazy he was, he couldn't manage his business. He set up several businesses without having any business ideas. Neither did he have any desires to work. He kept hiring workers to handle every part of the business, even the delicate part. In his pursuit of wealth, Edmund ignored the struggling businesses he acquired, squeezing them for profit without consideration for the well-being of his employees. On seeing how gullible he was and how nonchalant he was about the business, his hired men slowly but steadily began stealing from him. They stole so cautiously that it was unnoticeable. They would bring in documents for him to sign without reading through, and in no time, he successfully transferred his business right of ownership to his hired men unknowingly. Gradually, he began noticing that the inflow of cash was slowly declining, and the physical goods he could see were reducing. He summoned his hired men to inquire about the situation, but he was met with the shock of his life when they told him that they were the owners of the business. He was reported to the authorities, and they threw him out of his property. That was how he lost his business and all that he had acquired. Thankfully, he had some money in his personal account. Now completely broke, loneliness became his constant companion, as genuine connections were sacrificed at the altar of financial success that is now a mirage. The realization struck Edmund like a thunderbolt, and he sought solitude to reflect on the path he had chosen. Memories of his family's warm embrace and the laughter that once echoed in the grand hall haunted him. Sebastian, the second son, embarked on his journey with a collection of rare and exquisite gemstones. His quest was not for financial gain, but for an appreciation of beauty in all its forms. He traveled to distant lands, seeking out the most renowned artists, visiting museums, and immersing himself in different cultures. His gemstones became a passport to the most exclusive gatherings where the elite admired his collection. As Sebastian delved deeper into the realms of art, he surrounded himself with opulence. The allure of rare artifacts and masterpieces intoxicated him, and he reveled at the admiration he received for his unparalleled gemstone collection. His once humble demeanor transformed into that of arrogance, with an air of superiority that set him apart. Sebastian's extravagant lifestyle also led him to make mistakes. The pursuit of beauty had become an obsession, and he began to measure his worth by the rarity of the gems he possessed and the exclusivity of the events he attended. And as the gemstones reduces, his joy and essence of living also diminishes. And since he had no sense of business or any desire to work hard, he was slowly falling into poverty. On seeing how broke he is becoming, he started scheming illegal ways to make money to sustain his extravagant lifestyle. One day, he gained access into an art exhibit where all the expensive artwork from all over the world will be displayed. So he carefully devised a plan to heist some of the artworks to sell. After the exhibition, it was time for him to carry out his plans. Unfortunately for him, he was caught and sent to prison. His months in prison was a difficult one. He experienced a life he had never imagined. He was given severe labor, but because of how lazy he was, he isn't able to meet up, thereby requiring severe beatings from the warders. Haunted by a sense of emptiness, Sebastian decided to reassess his priorities. He went through a period of self-reflection. He yearned to reconnect with the genuine and unpretentious beauty that existed beyond the glittering facade of his gemstones, his family, and loved ones. And in that moment, he reminisced about his father's words of wisdom and how he had always been a preacher of hard work and honesty. And like flooded waters, he felt a sudden rush of emotions, the yearning to return home to his loving family. Soon, he finished his sentence and was free to go. Now Liam, with his very small key, returned to the family estate. He meticulously searched for the hidden chest. He searched for days that gradually turned into months, but he was very determined and relentless, as he was sure that his father definitely had a reason for sending him there. And one day, he uncovered a map leading to a secluded library filled with ancient books and scrolls. Liam immersed himself in the pursuit of knowledge, finding wisdom in the written words that was a complete guide to starting a business and being successful in it. The book carefully explained the in and out of the family's business, detailing the pros and cons and mistakes to avoid. It took Liam several days to complete the book, and afterwards he was so determined to start up his own business, learning from the mistakes his father made. But then there was a problem. He had very little resources to start a business that could generate a meaningful income. Determined not to let that hinder him, he decided to start from somewhere. So he traveled to a nearby bustling city, searching for big business owners and offered to manage their businesses for them. This he did for a couple months until he was able to earn enough to set up something small for himself. As a hard worker, Liam would multitask, starting up his business while helping others build and manage theirs, as he still needed the extra income. Looking back, he became proud of what he had become. A few years passed and the three brothers reunited in their mansion. Edmund, who was laden with gold, Sebastian, who was adorned with gemstones, and Liam, with a key, stood before their father. Edmund, weary and burdened by the way his life turned out, confessed, "Father, I have amassed riches, but they have brought me no joy. I now realize that wealth without purpose is an empty pursuit. I made several mistakes due to my laziness and negligence. I went full, now I return almost empty." Sebastian, displaying his few precious gems left, admitted, "Father, I surrounded myself with beauty, yet I failed to see the true value of life's simplicity. Material possessions is blurry in comparison to genuine connections, diligence, and self-discipline." Lastly, Liam, holding the key, spoke, "Father, the knowledge I gained from the hidden library is the most valuable treasure. True wealth lies not in possessions, but in the wisdom that enriches a person. True material possessions may come and go, but with the knowledge acquired, one can withstand every storm and get back on his feet again. I left with just a key, literally nothing of any material value. But after acquiring knowledge, I surpassed my contemporaries who had all that life had to offer, and now I returned better than when I left. Thank you, Father, for the life's lesson." Lord Walker, pleased with the lessons learned, embraced each son. "My sons, you have discovered that true wealth encompasses more than gold, gems, or even knowledge. It is found in purpose, connection, and wisdom. May these lessons guide you as you continue your journey. For the true treasures of life are the works that reside within the heart. Now, it is time to restart. Let's begin all over. Liam has proven that he can manage the family's business. Therefore, I am confident to leave my business, which I worked so hard to build, to him. As regards the two of you, I'd love you to relax, refresh your heads, clear your minds, and really think about what pursuits you would love to venture into. I have seen how much you've learned, and I am willing to give you another chance." And so, the legacy of the Three Heirs lived on. Their stories a testament to the profound understanding that wealth in its truest form goes beyond material possessions. This is story my mother told me. If you enjoyed watching this video, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends, as these help us grow. Thank you, and see you in our next story. Bye!